Hello everybody, just a slight disclaimer as always before watching this video. This video is based off the first 5 episodes of the Murder series, concept art, and a handful of tweets, so the majority of this is just pure speculation, so take this video with a grain of salt. And if you want to support my channel, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. With episode 6 approaching rapidly, I will be covering the rest of the topics left over from episode 5 that I can squeeze into this video. I won't be covering the cloning stuff that I originally said I wanted to cover, because I covered that in my episode 6 analysis. Go check that out. But without further ado, let's get into the final topics I want to discuss before I end episode 5's theory discussions. Tessa and Nori. Introduced to us in episode 2 and making an appearance in episode 3, Tessa is the only present human in the Murder story. Her introduction in episode 3 caused me and many others to believe that Tessa would be another antagonist for the series, especially since she brought Jay with her and decapitated a nearby worker drone. I assumed that Tessa was either brainwashed and hated worker drones, or that the events of the Elliott Manor massacre drove her to hate worker drones. However, episode 5 would see this theory crash and burn. It would be revealed that Tessa loved the worker drones, and while everybody would assume that she treated them like pets, Tessa would treat them like something else.
Pretend to be ripping royal stud! On you go.
Now this may surprise you, but in many ways, Uzi and Tessa are very similar to each other. Let me explain a few of the parallels. For starters, they're both geniuses. Need I remind you that Uzi didn't just find her railgun lying in the corner, she built it.
Sick as hell railgun? Sci-fi nonsense, that super works!
And Tessa as well rebuilt NJ and all of her worker drones. Sure, they might have been in better or worse conditions, but she did repair them nonetheless. So both of them are technological whizzes. Another similarity between the two is that both of them are social misfits. Uzi dresses differently and acts differently than the other worker drones in her class, and isn't as enthusiastic about doors as the rest of them. Tessa, from what we can make out, has messy hair compared to her mother's neat hair, and we can also assume that she dresses differently too.
That dress!
To top it all off, Tessa is fond of the worker drones, like how Uzi is slightly fond of her murder drone friends. The final parallel between Tessa and Uzi is that both of them have neglectful parents. Khan was an absent father figure in Uzi's life, so obsessed with his work that he barely spent any time with his daughter. And because Uzi doesn't share her father's passion for doors, she was labeled a failure. Tessa, on the other hand, also has a neglectful father in James. We never see James or Tessa interact at all, and the only time we see James acknowledge Tessa was when he was scolding her and when he was calling her creepy.
And where's she getting the hair to play dress-up with him? Creepy.
This, however, marks the end of the parallels. We don't know exactly how Nori treated Uzi, but we do know how Tessa was treated by her mom, and it's bad. Tessa's mom barks orders at Tessa, and shames her for the littlest of mistakes, overall making Tessa feel worthless. We can see how her mother's treatment affects Tessa. Tessa is very anxious when speaking to her mother, she stutters constantly, is very apologetic, and is, quite frankly, afraid of her mother. She even threatens Tessa by saying,
"Don't test me."
This tells us that Tessa isn't allowed to talk back to her mother, and there will be consequences if she does. To put a cherry on top of this atrocity of a family, Tessa's mother is the one responsible for chaining Tessa up in her room. We can see this caused a rash or some injuries on her arms at the beginning of the episode. Something even darker about this childhood might lie with Tessa's motives to repair and repurpose thrown-out worker drones. Remember earlier on in the video when I said that Tessa's worker drones were more than just pets? Her repairing them is one thing, but dressing them up in fancy clothing, giving them hair, and possibly even personality could indicate that she wasn't just trying to recreate the worker drones on Copper 9. She was trying to recreate friends. Something she couldn't have in a big old empty house, nor could she have with the riffraff. And when we see Tessa interact with her worker drones, this is all but confirmed. Let alone in the scene where Tessa's mom scolds Tessa, his reaction is uncannily similar to N and J's reaction. This is because these recycled, repurposed worker drones are the only family Tessa has, and to an extent, Tessa is viewed as an over-glorified worker drone. One that can't be thrown out. Let that sink in. Now, while Tessa may have had it bad with her parents, Sin may have been worse. I said this in my messy analysis of Sin, but I'll say it again. Due to Tessa's unprecedented knowledge in robotics, Sin would use her to perfect, engineer, and present her creation, the murder drones. We see that Sin would not discard Tessa or her pets, and even warned her to stay away from the gala. Even though Tessa did go to the gala, she was presumably spared the fate that befell several other humans. Unless this is a robot in disguise, this is absolutely Tessa. And honestly, I really doubt this is a robot. Can we please kill off that theory? With that, these will be some of the final topics I'll be discussing about episode 5. So I am going to say this because Kapwing has been an absolute pain in my backside and has been incredibly laggy, and also because I'm starting cross country here soon, I'm actually going to cut this video into 2 parts. Or rather, I'm actually going to separate Nori and Yeva into a separate video. Yippee. And then I'll be putting a lot of effort into the following confirmed or denied I'll be making before episode 6 drops. And the secret word will be the same for this video as it will be for the next. So the secret word for the next 2 videos will be #HomeRun. And time for the shoutouts. Shout out to GiddyCroc8073, DCP3789, and Cliff Robotnik. Remember, if you want a shout out in the next video, remember to type the secret word in the comments below. With that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to like and subscribe. Thank you!